Get into this video. What's up, guys? It's your girl Gabriella, and I'm back at it once again. Back at one another. As you guys can tell by the title, I am doing a story time on the time that I got my first heart broke. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So we're gonna call this person Joe. Me and Joe met on social media. This is why they tell you do not meet anybody on social media, because it never ends well. One, and two, it is dangerous overall. Do not do like I did and date somebody from social media, because it never goes good. So me and Joe met on social media, like I said. This was way before I had YouTube. So we met on Instagram. He followed me. This is whenever I first got social media. He followed me on Instagram, and I followed him back. I really didn't pay attention to like what he looked like or anything like that. I was just like, oh, a new follower, let me follow him back. He had saw something that I posted on my story on Instagram telling people to go add me to my Snapchat. I posted it because I first got Snapchat and I really didn't have anybody on there, and my Snapchat was dry. So I was like, hey, go ahead and go on Snapchat, I need new friends, and I put my username all on my social media platform on Instagram. So he looks at my story and he has me on Snapchat, and I'm like, oh cool, a new person. I didn't realize it was the same person from Instagram until he texted me and he said, hey. This is where the story begins. He asked me if I lived in the same city as him. What I did was I took a screenshot of a black screen on Snapchat and I slid to a filter that had the city that I lived in on there, and I sent it to him. And he was like, oh cool, you live in the same city as me. Now another thing why you don't meet people on social media, if they ask where you live, you don't tell them where you live. That is not smart. He was like, oh cool, I live in the same city too. I was like, okay cool. He was like, what's your name? I sent him my name. And you guys know my name is Gabriella. Like Gabriella. Like it is not hard to pronounce. Unless you're from the South, you will pronounce it Gabriella. But he didn't pronounce it like that. And what he did was he asked me, he was like, how do you say it? I knew what was going on right there, then and there, because I was like, I know this heifer. He knows good and well how to say my name. My name is not hard to pronounce. He just wants to hear how I sound. But knowing me, I sent him how I sounded anyway, and I sent it like in the whitest voices possible. I was like, Gabriella, like I sent it so high. I was like, Gabriella. And then after that, he was like, can I get your number? And like this was like before I even had service, to be real with you. I had like an app downloaded to text him, and I just contacted him from there. And he didn't even have a phone. He had no phone. The only phone that he had was like a minute phone. I had an iPhone, but like it didn't have service on it. So I was just like, what are we doing? I asked him, I said, do you have an iPhone? Do you have a phone? He told me, yeah, he had a phone. I mean, of course he had a phone, but it wasn't like a phone. It was one of the minute phones, and I did not know that. Well, I sent him my number, and he called me from that minute phone. Oh my god, his voice was so freaking high. I said hello, and he was like, hello. I was like, hello. He was like, hello. I said, are you sure you're the age that you said you're? He was like, yeah. Okay then. That was the awkwardest conversation that we've ever had with each other. When I tell you that man did not hit no puberty yet. Now I was like 5'1" when he met me. He was 4'8". He was trying to start a conversation with me, and I was not feeling him at the time. Like literally, I was not feeling him. When I come home from school, he was like, do you want to video chat? And this is like the ghetto version, like the ghetto way of like FaceTiming, whatever you want to do. It's like the ghetto version of FaceTiming on Snapchat. So it was like, do you want to like video chat, FaceTime, do whatever? I was like, sure. And so when he called, I didn't show my face. I gave my phone to my sister. And Then, like, a few minutes later, I saw his face. I was like, like, he was cute to me. I was like, sir, you have my full attention, sir. 10 hearts, period. And, after all that happened, we finally got together. He has asked me out multiple times, and I have said no because I wasn't ready. And so that's another thing that I want to tell you guys. Always be ready to be in a relationship. Do not say yes knowing that you're not ready to be in a relationship. If you know that you do not want to be in a relationship at that time, you need to be honest. You need to come straight forward and tell that person, hey, I'm not feeling it. I just don't want to be in a relationship right now. I gotta stay to myself, focus on God, focus on my score, focus on my career, and everything will be okay. Like, but if you are ready to be in a relationship, then by all means get in one. It was like a whole month that we were talking, like literally talking. And April 30th, finally I said yes, like the end of the month, literally. So going on 2 months, we waited. And April 30th, I was like, yes, I will be your girlfriend. Yes, we were dating. I can officially say that he was like my first ever person to actually be dating. And the only dates that we've ever been on was like, we didn't go out to eat. We went to the mall, we went to the movies, and that was it. That was it. Those were our dates. And we enjoyed them too. I'm not gonna lie, every moment that I had with him during that time period, those were like the happiest moments that we've ever had with each other. Months go by and we're like slowly losing contact of each other. And this was only because I either broke my phone, I got my phone taken, or I just didn't have one, period. But one thing that I always did was I sacrificed. I bought, like, literally I sacrificed everything. I did everything I could. I snuck and got like a house phone and just locked him. Like, I sacrificed everything that I could just to talk to him and let him know, hey, I'm still alive. I'm still with you. I still love you. Please do not give up on this relationship just because we do not have the communication that we need. When a female is with a male and she really, really loves that male, she's going to like sacrifice and fight for that relationship regardless of what anybody around her says. So it was hard for me, but I made it through at the time. Like, I was like, I'm not letting this go by. Like, this is my first love. This is not gonna happen. This is not what I want. This is not what I've ever needed. Like, what are you doing? Months go by. He gets an iPhone, and mind you, like I said at the beginning of the video, it was a minute phone that he's always had. He's never had an iPhone. He had an Android tablet, but he didn't have an iPhone. And so I was with him. That's another reason why, like, the love was there, because I was with him when he didn't have an electronic, like a phone, up until he had an iPhone. As long as I had a way to talk to him, I was good. Months go by. We're stressing out. The relationship is like literally it's like a rope. And you know how when you have one rope and you're pulling it for the longest amount of time, it will break in the middle eventually. Like the rope was like, for us, it was like our relationship was kind of like splitting. Like the ends were like splitting and it was breaking, slowly breaking. And I knew it was breaking, but I didn't want it to end. Why? Because it was my first love and I wasn't ready to feel that heartbreak. I was stressed. I don't know if he was stressed, but I was stressed over the relationship. I was stressed whether I was going to lose him. I was stressed whether the relationship was going to be a toxic relationship. And I was just like stressed out to the max, period. My mom, she didn't like him and she didn't want me talking to him because he was being disrespectful to me. Like, he said some disrespectful things, talking about stuff like, oh, I'm gonna grab your booty and stuff like that. And I let him on. So I understood where she was coming from, but at the same time I told her, I said, look, you can think what you want to think, but I'm not breaking up with him just because you don't like him. Like, that was my mindset. When I'm telling you guys, love is blind, love is completely blind. Like, you're not going to see what everybody else sees, and eventually you will if you get out of that toxic relationship. So I kept my guard up with him, and I did not break up with him, but I got my phone taken because of him. I've never fixed my mouth to ever tell him, call him, do whatever, and be like, do you not realize the sacrifice that I did just for this relationship? Like, do you not realize, do you not understand that I got my phone taken? Like, I got things taken from me. I had to go to like some program and stuff like that just because I was still with you. Like, do you not understand how much love I had for you at the time when you were just sitting there complaining the whole time? Like, he didn't understand the background that I was coming from whenever I was telling him, hey, this is what's happening. Like, he didn't get it. Nothing was comprehending to him. And it is my fault on my behalf because I did not tell him anything, because I felt like we've been together for 1 year and 3 months. It's our anniversary and I still don't have a phone. Did I log in on Instagram to see what he said? Yes. He created an account on Instagram that consisted of me and him. The conflict didn't stop. None of that didn't stop. I actually, before 1 year, I caught him doing something. And this was while I didn't have a phone. This was like literally while I didn't have a phone. I think this was after the 1 year. Yeah, I think this was after the 1 year, because when I still didn't have a phone, I got a hold of his account and I was like, hey, can I log into your account? I want to give myself a shout out or do something like that. It would be like, babe was here or something like that. And he was like, oh, cool, whatever. I snuck and I looked through his messages because I felt like something wasn't right. I logged into his Snap and I see all these like messages of boys, and I was like, okay, well, he's talking to all his friends and that's cool, whatever. And then I scroll up and I see this one female. And her name is like some with hearts around it and everything. And I was like, who is this? I said, what's going on? Why y'all having a conversation? Why is there a full conversation going on? Why are you talking to a female that I do not know? As I saw mostly that he was commenting on her story and stuff like that. He was acting as if he was single. And he was commenting on her story, heart eye emojis, everything like that. And she was not even cute. Like, I see where he goes, yeah, did you hear what I said last night? The conversation was going on last night. What? And then she was like, no, I didn't. I told you my speakers or whatever don't work. And then later on, she goes and says something like, what did you say or whatever? And he was like, I said I was calling nutting you with a drooling face emoji. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I don't have nothing to say after that.
Oh, no.
And then I got contacted. I said, what is this? What is this? Receipts. What is this? You know, he said, man, why are you going through my Snap? Why are you going through my messages? And I said, well, why are you getting mad at your girlfriend going through your messages? That lets me know you had something to hide. The fact that you were getting mad meant that you had something to hide. Did you not tell her that you had a girl? And he was like, I mean, it was a dare. My friend dared me to do it. But my question is, I sat there peace and quiet like, dang. I was like, were you not thinking, like, you could not sit there and tell your friend, nah, I can't do it because you got to think about what that would do to my girl and what that would do to our relationship. And he was like, you can ask my friend, da-da-da, and he'll tell you what's a dare. Nah, I ain't finna ask him. He didn't even tell me it was a dare. You did this because you thought she was pretty. And then I scroll up another time and I see that you had texted somebody and said that you were going to break up with me because I was being trippy. Ugh. Out of here. And then on top of that, like, I was just like, I can't do this no more. And he was like, I didn't want to end stuff like, boy, get out of here. You know you wanted to end it. You know you wanted to do the same thing. Had I not caught you doing it, you would have still been doing it. And after that, I just hadn't talked to him. He was over there telling everybody lies, telling everybody, oh, I was the problem. And saying something like, oh, she didn't trust me, she didn't do it. Do you not understand you were the cause of why I didn't trust you? Like, you were the cause of why our relationship did not last? Had you not done it, I would have still tried. We could have been together to this day still. But nah, you wanna nah. Nah. But that he go and gets a girl right after we broke up. Right after we broke up. You can take a little female lie to her face if you want to. But she had came to me, y'all, she came to me and she was like,
I don't even know if I can believe what you're saying anymore because Quentin told me that you didn't trust him and you were going through all his social media and stuff like that. And I don't be going through his social media because I don't need it. I don't got to. I trust him.
mind you, she texted me from his account. This was like after school when everybody's at home. She's literally texting me from his Instagram account telling me that she doesn't need his passwords. Because of me, he got an iPhone. Because of me, he had an iPhone. And what? And what? Okay then. Go holler at your cheating dude. And that's the time that my heart has gotten broken. I don't text him to this day. No contact, period. After that, I'm like, no. Cannot go back. Because I'm like, he cannot sit here and shine before I shine, so he gotta see me living my best life.
Do it, baby, stick it, baby. Do it, baby, stick it, baby. Do it, baby, stick it, baby. Do it, baby.
He's not gonna sit here and watch me drown, honey. I came on YouTube to become somebody. Period. I do this for entertainment, like. And these story times are so crazy, which really gets me. So if you guys want to see more story times, please comment down below and let me know, or DM me in all my social medias. They'll be in the link down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, not a thumbs down. Give it a big thumbs up for me. And tell your friends, your neighbors, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, your best friends, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-best friend. Tell all of them to like, comment, and subscribe to my video. And tell them to share my content with the world. That'll really help me. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. See you more. Bye.